I feel
baby.
it's only right that we should cleanse the palate before it is tainted by a biased person and then someone else who doesn't know ball.
Hold up. Which one am I? Hold up. Which one am I?
You're the biased person. You're the biased person. You're the biased person.
Am I the biased person?
No,
I think Connor Davis.
no, MJ's the biased person.
That's what I thought. You want to come up on my segment, on my show, on my yard? You want to come up on my yard in my town and tell me I don't know ball? I have a podcast with an NFL player. Do you hear me?
Who got that for you?
NFL player. You did, MJ.
Yeah.
I am the one who has a podcast with an NFL player, and I am able to hold my own. Look at me. I am able to hold my own against that NFL player because I know ball. If I came out there and we talked about some defensive schemes and I had no idea what I was talking about, you know what I'd be doing? Instead of swimming with the Loch Ness, I'd be drowning with the Loch Ness. But hey, I'm afloat. I stay afloat. I know what I do. That's what I do. I know what I talk about because I know ball. Now, don't get me started on Mississippi doesn't have ball. I'm in the South, Page. I'm not from Chirac. I know ball. I'm not from Chirac where y'all drink tea and watch hockey and watch cricket, whatever you watch. I know. Listen to me, Paige. I know football. I am from the state that has the most NFL players per capita. The people that produce the most pro football players. You want to tell me Mississippi doesn't know football? You want to sit here and tell me Mississippi don't know football? Do you know who Jerry Rice is? Do you know who Walter Payton is? Do you know who Gardner Minshew is? Minshew Mania, baby. Go look up. Go do your research. Go look up. Do you know who Brett Favre is? Yeah, I bet you know who Brett Favre is. He's the guy that started for your team that your husband likes for years. Yeah.
As I was saying before, this nuclear bomb that went off, I will right hand, left hand accountability, whatever you want to say, that Caleb Williams has not been as good as I thought he would be out of the gate. And
that's what we were talking about.
He has not been, I don't think he has not been a top 15 quarterback right now. I will say that. I acknowledge that. Like
top 15? You're
not
be that generous? You're be that generous? Bring that top a little back. I'd probably say 25, Jackson.
Okay,
might say 25.
Okay, so who are we putting ahead of Caleb Williams? Like, I know you got the 20. I know you have. I'm not
all the 20 I just named.
All right, I'm gonna take out Andy Dalton right now. I'm gonna take out Andy Dalton.
I ain't taking out Andy. I ain't taking out Andy Dalton. I ain't taking out Andy Dalton.
Okay.
That dude one game played better than Caleb Williams all season. You throw a ball 52 times, you would think after you threw 100 things at the wall, one would stick. But nothing stuck for Caleb Williams that game.
Okay, Nick, I love you, dog, but he hasn't proven that yet.
Give me long neck Davis Mills.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Tyrod Taylor.
Okay. Yes, thank you. That's exactly it. That is exactly it.
Give me Deebo Samuel at Wildcat. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, yeah. But I will say that he is growing. And you know why he had to throw the ball 52 times? Is because DeAndre Swift, who I initially thought would be at least a halfway decent signing. I know Jack is all anti-paying running backs, which more times than not is right. He's been awful. At one point, he was averaging 1.9 yards per attempt against the Colts.
1.8 now.
1.8, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Close enough. And they refused to play Roschon Johnson, who has been easily the Bears' best running back. Not saying much right now. The offensive line has been horrible. We saw that on Sunday night against the Texans. And they have been, they were okay against the Colts, but yeah. So he's growing. And that, for me, like, yes, I want the Bears to make the playoffs. I want them to do well. But for me, this year is about Caleb Williams growing. And honestly, I was duped by the fresh cut and the sexy beard for Matt Eberflus and the least average play calling from Shane Waldron.
Don't forget about the painted nails.
Okay. Well, first of all, for his most yardage in the game, he didn't even have painted nails. So let's chill on that. If you want to go down that road. But anyway, he's growing. And that is what this year is about. And yes, it took him 52 times to get 300 some odd yards. And yes, his interception on the sideline after the Bears picked off Anthony Richardson, horrible ball. Horrible decision, horrible ball, should not have been thrown. The two other turnovers he had, one of them was one of the most insane deflections and catches on an interception I've seen in a long time. And the other one was relying on Cole Kmet and Mercedes Lewis to defend one of the best defensive rookies we've seen so far in Leatu Latu.
Yes.
I did that for you, Sai. I did that for you.
Thank you.
So, again, he has not been a good quarterback so far this year. But to just completely throw him under the bus and say he's been god awful, I think is a far stretch. There's not a ton of guys I would take. I would have Caleb Williams over right now, but I think it's a bigger number than I think you and Connor are about to say.
Can I tell you something, Jackson?
What's up?
So Caleb Williams, although he's throwing sub 60%, he's 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. He has been playing good football. Well, a lot of the Bears fans, including Bruce, came up on here and said, Caleb Williams, after his rookie season, he's going to be the best Bears quarterback in franchise history. He's going to have the best Bears quarterback season ever. Do you know what Caleb Williams is reminding me of, Jackson? Do you remember a man by the name of Kyle Orton who started for the Bears in 2005? This is about a season that Kyle Orton started back in 2005. Kyle Orton, for his stats in 2005, he had 9 touchdowns and 13 picks, but his team miraculously won 10 games. But that was because of the defense. Now, Caleb Williams is looking like another Kyle Orton, and he probably is going to have similar Kyle Orton stats. Maybe, I mean, not 2,000 yards passing. He'll have more than that, but nine touchdowns to 13 picks. It's looking like it's about to be in fruition in a couple weeks to come.
Outside of the counting stats, what film that you've watched with Caleb Williams so far is telling you that he's going to end up like Kyle Orton?
Don't bring up.
He's been bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's been some rough decisions, but we're gonna condemn this kid to the Kyle Ortons and the Ryan Fitzpatricks of the world 3 games into his career?
Yes, I am. Because
blasphemous and such an overreaction.
Look. If it wasn't because of Bruce and you and all the Bears fans saying Caleb Williams was this generational talent and was going to be all off the chain, just this good guy, he's just going to come out here and make the Bears take him to the promised land. He's going to go 3-0 in his first 3 starts. Look, we got to be real with ourselves. Caleb Williams, right now, he's playing like Kyle Orton. Yes, he is. When you throw, and you want to say, what film did you watch, Connor? What film did you watch, Jackson? Me and you both know you watched last game. There is not a single quarterback other than probably Skylar Thompson who will throw the ball 52 times and get the result Caleb Williams had last game. It was bad. It was terrible to watch. And you're like, okay, yes, a running game does help a quarterback. I'm not going to disagree. A running game helps a quarterback tremendously. That's why Derek Carr has been playing so good this season, because the run game is what Clint Kubiak brought to New Orleans to make Derek Carr more comfortable in his surrounding pocket, in the surrounding area. Caleb Williams, one, has a bad O-line and a bad rushing game. He's not comfortable, which is why they forced him to throw the ball 52 times. But if you're going to throw the ball 52 times, throw it right. I mean, you threw the ball 52 times, you're looking like Kyle Orton. I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Men lie, women lie. Me and you can lie, Jack, but numbers don't. I'm looking at numbers, and they're looking bad.
You haven't used any numbers. You just talked a bunch.
I told you he's 2 touchdowns for the season. He hasn't thrown more than 60% completion. He's thrown 4
He literally
picks.
has thrown his last 2 games. He's had over 60% completion.
What's his completion on the year?
59.3.
Thank you.
Yeah, his last 2 games.
Okay, let's talk about his offensive line, Connor.
It's bad. It's bad. I know it's bad.
Let's talk about the playing calling of Shane Waldron, who I
it's
said
bad.
would be a
It's
terrible
bad.
receiver.
And if you remember going back, obviously I disagree with Bruce's statement of him being generational talent. But if you go back, I said that I like Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft. But I don't think Caleb Williams is a bad quarterback. I think he's in a bad situation. And for me to say that, is difficult because now Caleb Williams, hindsight's 2020. Remember that, MJ? Going into the season, we thought Caleb Williams had the best situation of any rookie quarterback ever. It looked like he had it, and now that we've seen what's happening, on paper he did.
To be clear, you said that. I didn't.
And now that, yes, I did say that. And now that and Bruce also agreed with me. And now that we've seen what's happened, we're like, oh, wait, the situation, it's not like we thought it was. Expectation here, Bears reality. Expectation here, Vikings reality. That's why when people beat their expectations, you put them on a higher pedestal. But when people don't meet them, you can't put Caleb Williams in the top 25 at QB. You just can't.